Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn about how we can connect with an EC2 instance with your ALB, in between we will create a target group which will route the traffic in between the available uh, healthy EC2 instances. So let's get started. Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's AWS hands-on lab, we will learn how to deploy an application load balancer that forwards the traffic to an EC2 instance, which is running your MVNX server. So by the end of this video, we will understand what is the application load balancer, how security groups work with ALB, how target groups route traffic, how user data automatically installs softwares, and how to make your web application accessible using the ALB DNS name. So you can see the architecture overview here. So here we are connecting this is the architecture we are going to build today. Let's understand the traffic flow. So as a user opens a browser and access the application load balancer, the application load balancer listens on port 80, and instead of sending traffic directly to an EC2 instance, the ALB forwards request to a target group. The target group contains multiple EC2 instances, which, according to the health of your EC2 instance, it routes your traffic to that healthy instances. So the complete flow is your users to your application load balancer, then it will redirect to your target group, and then to your EC2 instances. So you can you can configure specific security groups for your target groups, EC2 instances, and as well as your ALB separately. So basically, this architecture improves availability and scalability of your application. So let's first create a security group. So first task is creating a security group. We will create a new security group called whatever the name that you can select, and that security group will be attached to the EC2 instance. And we will configure the inbound rule for that security groups that will allow on 80 port through your any traffic that is being directed to the EC2 instances. So you can click on create security groups, then you can name it. You can select default VPCs. If you have created another VPC, you can see uh, your own requirement. Then select the inbound rules, add an inbound rules that it will allow all the traffic or TCP traffic. So no, it will be an SSH traffic. It will be gets allowed all as port 80, that is your HTTP traffic, should be allowed and should be get open. So we will remain all the other outbound rules should be as it is. So it is allowing all the traffic should be coming out of your instance should be allowed. So we have configured all the rules. Now we'll create a security group. So it is asking your description. So I add the same thing and we'll create a security group of it. Now we will go to the EC2 instance and create an EC2 instance. So after going to the EC2 instances, click on launch instances. Now we'll use suppose I'm naming it as a NSV. You can configure according to requirement. I'm using AMI image as Ubuntu. Uh, Instance type is free tier. Since we are not using any key pair for this project, since we do need to connect with our CLI, so we are not creating any new key pairs. You can later on add on under the SSH authenticate process. You can add or configure it as well through the SSH key gen process. Right now, we are select the existing security groups. that we have already created. Auto-assigned public IPs are enabled here. VPCs are selected. Default subnets will be selected. We are not creating anything else. So we're going to first you configure some Nginx servers on through user data to user data scripts. I have added the user data scripts. That is your app update. Once the instance should be start running an active state, you will install an app update and configure the default configurations. Then I will install Nginx servers. Then we will start the service and we will enable the Nginx service. And we will create an HTML file and that will be get saved under the var WHTML index.html is the location. So let's get that. We launch an instance. As you can see here, my instance is under running state. Let's create a target group. Once you will have an UI dashboard, you are here. You will click on create target groups. Under the target groups, we have multiple options that you can create. If you have a if you have the on the backend or the resource type your instance or IP addresses or lambda function you would like to trigger on it, or you are routing your traffic to that lambda functions or application load balancer or IP or instances, you can select out of it. So right now with the real target group is your EC2 instance. I will name it as a net TG, and we will have a protocol defined for it. So it basically helps you to define. It basically help checks your applications, which is running on the EC2 instance. It basically determines the health of your EC2 instances and wait for the healthy checks. And once it will get confirmed, it redirects traffic to that EC2 instance. If it gets healthy, then it will redirects to the healthy instances. So rest of the part should be checked as the default one. So I had IP address type of your indicated IP address should be IPv4. We are not using IPv6. VPC type that we have already been the default VPCs. So here the protocol versions are has been defined as HTTP, HTTP2, and gRPC. So these are the basically request protocols that you need to have for the authentication for the routing traffic for traffic to be client to the from client and server communications. And we have health checks where we will determine the whether the EC2 instances are under the healthy state or not. So we have kept everything as it is and as default. Then click on next. Here we have a option of if you have multiple EC2 instances are running here, you can select as select and click on it and include as pending below. So if you have a multiple EC2 instances, then you can click all that one and click that checkbox and include as pending below. So here you can see that after that clicking on adding as pending below, it is showing here under the review targets. So what are the security groups, zone, what are the private IP addresses, subnets, launch type, everything is visible here. Now we'll click on next. So you can know overview of your target group, what you are going to be created, and what are the registered EC2 instances are there. So I will click on create target groups. So once the target group should be created, it will show here the number of EC2 instances that is in the healthy state or unhealthy state. It's not under use until once you will configure it your ALB with your targets to it will be getting used and it will show here the healthy and healthy state. So here the protocols has been defined how it will going to check your EC2 instances. Here the VPC is mentioned here. What EC2 instances instance ID is been here available here. You can click on monitoring health checks. What are the health checks conditions has been given here. You can configure it and edit as well for the timeout so that they will wait for the 5 seconds to be validate your healthy state of your EC2 instances, which is behind you and under your target group. So interval is in between the 30 seconds, after which it will again be look for the healthy state of your EC2 instance. So these are the basic family considerations which need to be considered or edit as well. Now we'll go to the ALB. Now we'll create a load balancer here. Click on ALB and then create an application load balancer. We will name it as admin ALB. It will be internet facing, or you can keep it as internal as well. And the load balancer IP address type should be IPv4. So the outer traffic should communicate with that with IPv4 address. We have kept the VPC as default. You can select multiple availability zones for scaling of your ALB. So right now I'm selecting all. You can keep it 1 or 2 as well for the availability. So you can keep that one. You can select your default security groups. Listeners are your again the where you are routing your traffics to be. So here we are adding to the target groups. You can redirect to the particular URL or return any fixed responses you can select. So right now we are our objective is to route our traffic to the target group from ALB. So we will have our target group under the drop down. You select those one and keep it as it is. You can also configure Amazon CloudFront or Web Application Firewall on top of your ALB. You can also configure AWS Global Accelerator, which helps you to multiple zone availability of your application. So we have kept everything as it is and creating a load balancer. Once your application load balancer should be gets created, you will find that your status should be active state, and you will have a DNS name. So it's already been active, but wait for the status to be active. It's under provisioning. So this is the basic under the resource map. You can see there the listeners are your HTTP that is basically routing your traffic to the target groups. Here the target groups and contains the EC2 instances. So it basically giving you an architecture of how the traffic should be redirecting from under the target groups and validating its health. So under the business rules, we have forwarding it to the target groups, and in one rule has been defined for it. Any mutual TLS we have not configured here, so it's showing not applicable. You can add a listener as well here. So for that, first you need to update the security groups of your EC2 instances. So that basically once you only the traffic from the ALB should be allowed to be enter under your EC2 instances. So here we go to our security groups. And update its inbound rule. So basically we have updated the inbound rules. We have allowed the HTTP traffic at port 80 should be allowed on default security groups, which is basically configured for your ALB as well. So we have updated the inbound rules of your EC2 instances. Now we'll save the rule and move back to our ALB. So going to the ALB, load balancers. So it's under active state. You can check here on clicking the DNS name and opening under the browser. Since we are not receiving traffic on that ALB servers, so first we need to update the security groups of your ALB as well. So under the ALB of your, we have not configured any allowed it to be for the HTTP traffic or TCP traffic. So we will allow for it as well. So we will allow SSH. You can do that as well for allowed all traffic, or you can configure HTTP traffic. So it will allow all traffic from or if you reach on port 80 of your ALB. So you will save that rule and again going back to our ALB, use it through our ALB. So it's basically much helpful for you to be route to traffic and according to the available EC2 instance. Thanks for watching. You will learn multiple other AWS services in the next video. Thanks you.